It's the NFL on EA Sports, and all eyes are on Andy Dalton. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Panthers and the Cowboys, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they enter play here. They come in just in an absolute free fall, losers of 7 in a row.
And this is where you turn to your best players and look at them and say, can you guide us out of this? We've got to be better than what we've shown.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. The kicker, Brandon Aubrey, is out to get this one started. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down now.
And here are the key inactives for them in this one, and obviously, Charles, are going to be without some important names this week.
Well, hopefully those guys will be on the sidelines encouraging the guys who are going out there and helping them when they come off the sidelines during the game by giving them some tips on what they see and what they've experienced. That's true teamwork. And if you want to get to the playoffs, if you want to have a big push, you have to have that on your squad.
3rd down from the gun, Dalton. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Well, the Cowboys making their way out behind the NFL's leader in touchdown passes for 2023. In his 9th season now, Dak Prescott.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 2.
And he'll go right back to Lamb. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 41-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 14 carries, 63 yards.
How about we shine a little spotlight on the offensive line? Those big guys up front are creating nice space, nice gaps for them to run through. I think he's going to go for over 100 yards in this game.
They run here with Rico Dowdle.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Throwing, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Running with Elliott. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain.
But now he appears to be in some pain. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Man in motion left, Mingo.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw.
Open man is Mingo, complete.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line.
You look at this Cowboy defense.
They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Dalton here from the gun.
Again, it's Johnson.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Man in motion left, Mingo.
Andy Dalton.
Checks this down to Hubbard.
He gets away from one. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
In motion right goes Johnson.
Dalton. And Thomas has it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Another chance for Dalton. That's complete right around the 8.
And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. 1st and goal at the 1.
First down. 1st and goal at the 1.
Hubbard is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Hubbard again.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
Chuba Hubbard with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Prescott now. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 18. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line. The Panthers had 3 and 10 now on the year, and they come in just an absolute free fall. Losers now, Charles, of 7 in a row.
And I think this is where, in a locker room, a lot of the team looks to their best players and even silently asks for them to guide them out of this. You know, we've got to be better than what we've shown. We need you to lead us.
Still first down.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Throwing, Dalton. That is incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but it'll be 2nd down.
You look at this Cowboy defense.
They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
In motion right is Mingo.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Open here, Adam Thielen. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
2nd down and 3.
At the Cowboys' 44-yard line.
Passing, it's Dalton.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. In motion right, one of the tight ends. So Dalton now.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Play action here with Dalton. Short throw there, caught by Thomas.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Dalton now to pass. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
He gets this one to Johnson. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 21-yard line.
And it'll be Dalton again.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
They'll bring a tight end in motion right. And Dalton to throw.
That caught by Tremble.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 4th down. Now here's the Panthers special teams unit to try a field goal for 3. And his kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
Well, now how about this return? A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
On the counter, it's Vaughn. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Prescott.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
And a yard at the Panthers' 48-yard line.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Here's Prescott. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
Dalton and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 20-yard line. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
A short throw hauled in by Trimble.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Third down from the gun, Dalton. And this is going to be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Staying on the ground with Vaughn.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18.
And we'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Vaughn on 1st and 10, up to the 20.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Encroachment defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3.
Up the middle, it's Vaughn.
Gets by him at the 25, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A gain of 5. And the Cowboy first down.
Running behind center with Vaughn.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The offense on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Pulled in at the 24. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
The Panthers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Dalton sets up play action.
Got his man. It's Jonathan Mingo.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
A give up the middle, Hubbard. And the all-pro Micah Parsons there on the tackle.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. To throw here, Dalton. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
They start the drive with Vaughn.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Again, a run with Vaughn.
And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Prescott to throw it. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now Dalton.
They'll run the screen with Hubbard. He's across midfield.
And he's got room. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive linemen. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
2nd and a couple.
At the Cowboys' 21-yard line.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Automatic first down.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Dalton. He gets it to Thomas. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Andy Dalton. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Joshua Dobbs leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. It was the running back, Chuba Hubbard, who put together a solid first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And they have had problems getting the running game in gear as we look through some of their attempts from earlier. They have just not been able to match the physicality that this defense has shown, and their lack of success on the ground is a direct reflection of that.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Throwing, Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
A 5-yard gain brings up second down at the 33-yard line.
On the option, here's Vaughn.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and he did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Panthers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther 1st down.
Good for a Carolina Panther.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
They'll give this to Hubbard running right.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty.
2-yard line. A gain of 14 brings up 2nd and 1.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
53 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Right back to Hubbard.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard.
And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Here's Dalton.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 5.
Play action now. Dalton. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing, Dalton.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Dalton off play action.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. From the 23, here's the 2nd and 5.
Play action here with Dalton. A quick throw, but incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there.
There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, here in this third quarter, the whole complexion of the ball game flips on a dime there, CD. This is back to a one-score game.
And sometimes when your offense is sputtering, you as a defensive unit have to take it upon yourselves to say, we've got to go out there, maybe take a few chances along the way and see if we can generate some points ourselves. And lo and behold, they were able to deliver.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point.
And that'll make it 13-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So Dalton now. And that'll be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Johnson, the man in motion right. Throwing on 2nd and long. Dalton, short throw to the tight end Thomas. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Here's Dalton. Now they go screen. It's complete. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Looking to throw. Prescott.
They'll set up the screen to Vaughn.
Shifts past him at the 45. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
To the air again, Prescott. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Here's a handoff to Vaughn.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. On play action, Prescott. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
D.J. Johnson, the one who got there for the sack.
That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
Dalton and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 19-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And Thomas has it. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
It's 2nd and inches at the 29-yard line.
In motion left goes a tight end. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
straight ahead with Hubbard.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Passing, it's Dalton. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
In motion left, that's Thielen.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Defense.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Automatic first down.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
In motion left, that's Thielen.
Dalton now to pass.
They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
And we'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. So still 14 yards to go, second down.
In motion right here comes Johnson. And Dalton to throw.
This ball complete. It's an out route to Thielen.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw again. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16.
They'll begin on the ground here with Vaughn.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That play could never get started thanks to the defensive effort of Shaq Thompson. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Prescott.
They're throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away.
Let's take it inside his own 40. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Johnson's got it complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. In motion left, that's Thielen.
To throw here, Dalton. And he fires one, but incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Off the play fake, Prescott. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott now. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. This is brought in at the 21. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
On the counter, this is Hubbard.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
In motion right is Mingo.
3rd down from the gun, Dalton. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And a fair catch is taken here a step or two inside the 45-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
50 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On first down, they go back to Vaughn again.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
Prescott from the gun.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb.
Holding. Offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Vaughn on the handoff.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will pin them back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line.
The home team's offense had Chuba Hubbard set to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Here's Dalton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Andy Dalton. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
Offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
And that flag accepted.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Shakes off the sack.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. They'll run here with Vaughn.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Now Prescott. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
Finding room at midfield.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On the run is Vaughn.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Now Prescott. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
To the sideline and incomplete.
A 4th and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down 1 score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
Well, just kicking a field goal there, that's a decision that could be open to second guessing. You know, you're trying to get back within a field goal, but it didn't work out as planned.
And now you're banking on your defense to be motivated enough to get out there and get the ball back for you. I think if that ball goes through the post, the defense is naturally motivated, even elevated in their mission. Now they've got to find a way to dig down deep and get it done.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Dalton.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call him for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
They'll start with the option.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. He'll pick up 7 there on the 1st down keeper.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
the 33-yard line.
Prescott to throw it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Here's Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Looking to throw. Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
I'm starting to wonder here, are they trying to prevent winning? Because right now, they're laying back and they're picking them apart, moving the ball downfield. I think they got to start bringing a little pressure towards the quarterback.
Now Dak. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's Dak. Throw is caught by Schoonmaker. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 10. And the Cowboys first down.
To throw, Prescott. That is caught at the 7-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Now Prescott. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Troy Hill picks it, and the Panthers have just about sewn up this football game. Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talk about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they look like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play, and they got it right there, partner.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, Enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Panthers, it's a fourth win of the campaign as they get to 4-10 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.